What's going on, everybody? I'm Josh with Combat Sports Today. I'm joined by Lorenzo Trevino. How's it going, man?
Hey, going good, man. Going smooth. Just got done with our last workout for the night. We're good to go.
Awesome, man. And congratulations on that win at APFC 17 not too long ago. I don't know if you got anything already in the works that you can divulge to us.
I appreciate it. Yeah, we're right now we're just waiting on a few different calls, man. I mean, my job is to stay in shape, always be ready and wait for that call. And nothing lined up like a date wise, but I know something's gonna happen. Something will pop.
Uh, oh, yeah, man. You have to. You're pretty much some must see TV, man. You got some finishes. You're great on the mic.
Oh yeah.
And just going back to that fight at APFC 17, there seemed to be a little bad blood, or was there any beef between you guys leading up to that, or what was
Yeah,
kind of
man.
going on with that?
Nah, he just kept posting videos and he was talking crazy. And I like that. It motivates me. You know what I mean? Like that's the wrong thing to do to me because even when you do that, trust me, it'll make me jump up out of bed and start training right real quick. So yeah, that's all it was. He just kept talking, posting stuff, tagging me in it. And then he was viewing my story almost every time I would post something. I'm like, yeah, that's how I know he's worried. I knew he was worried.
Doing a little of the little extra stalking of the social
Yeah, yeah,
medias. That's
definitely.
a telltale sign.
Uh-huh.
Want to give the people a quick background, real quick, just in case they're new to you and all that stuff. 4-0 in MMA with 3 finishes. You're also 3-0 in the Karate Combat Pit, which is also really
Yeah.
cool, with 2 finishes there.
Hmm.
And how did you get approached to the Karate Combat? Just kind of how did that go down?
Man, it was really my managers. They had asked me if that would be something I would be interested in, and I was all for it. I'm like, heck yeah, man, that's my type of style. Uh, and they paid pretty well, you know what I mean? So, anything to keep the train moving, man. So Anthony Pettis, he actually fought on there, and they asked me like, "Yo, is this something like you would like to do?" I'm like, "I'm all for it, man. I'm all for it."
And just kind of speaking on that, do you think we're going to see you back in the Karate Combat Pit, or are you just kind of more focusing just on MMA now?
Uh, I mean, I feel like I could go back to the pit, depending if the price is right, the fight is right. I mean, it really all depends on my managers, my coach, my team. So however that plays out, I'm down to fight. You know, even if it was in the backyard, hey, as long as you pay me, let's go.
As long as the paycheck's right, man.
Yeah,
That's all that
yeah.
really matters at the end of the day. Just kind of tailing into that, I was kind of going over the Tapology, seeing, a kickboxing, some boxing bouts on the Tapology. What got you into the, I guess, combat sports world, since you've kind of dabbled in a little bit of everything, it seems?
Yeah. Honestly, I started in Taekwondo first when I was like 4 years old. My grandpa, he owned a gym in my town, so and I used to live with him because my parents they had got in trouble, and we had to go with my grandpa, and we had no choice but to be at the Taekwondo school. So we traveled, man, every week somewhere different. We had about 5 fights, almost every week. So I have over 150 to almost 200 plus in Taekwondo.
Oh, wow.
And then I went from that to boxing at age 11. And then wrestling, wrestling was in seventh grade. Seventh grade. And the funny thing was, I wasn't even going to wrestle in high school because I was so focused on football. I wanted to go to college for football. And I actually got probably like, I think it was like 5 different offers for me to go play safety. Uh, yeah, so I was a real big football player too. I love football.
You just said, you had a bunch of these offers to play football. What made you want to pursue fighting as a career? Because it seems you probably
Man,
had a bunch of different avenues
yeah.
as
So to be honest, man, I was having a lot of concussions. Like I was hitting people so hard, like cracking them and hurting myself. And I knew like I was having a lot. I'm talking about a lot of concussion. Like I was hitting people hard. Like if they go back and look at my highlights, they'll see I was cracking people. And it just wasn't good, man. Like I really had to sit down and think about it, like what I really wanted to do, because I was always cutting weight for wrestling or boxing, and then I would have to gain all the weight back for football. So back and forth, back and forth. I never really got to focus just on one thing, and I was pretty much done with school. I didn't want to, I'm like, let me just focus on fighting and just see where it can take me. So after high school, I really just went all in, and then I'm man, I'm glad I did that because who knows how where I would be. And honestly, man, like that's why I had stopped just boxing too, because I was a really good boxer. I was ranked fourth in the country and number one in Indiana. And I was gonna pursue boxing, but like I said, I was having so many little concussion. When I spar MMA, not like my head, like there's no really no head damage, really. Like a little bit of a couple hits here and there, but nothing like boxing or football.
Oh wow.
So that's why, yeah, that's why I had to really, narrow it down to okay, let's focus just on like, I had to really for health reasons.
I mean, that's something I totally did not expect was less concussions in the MMA world as
No, it,
opposed
it
to
is, man. I haven't had a single concussion in MMA, not one.
wow.
In
That
boxing, every time I get done sparring, like straight boxing sparring, I feel really lightheaded. In football, I would feel really lightheaded. MMA, I there's not a day like where I felt like I had any type of concussion.
sounds like you
Yeah.
definitely made the
No,
best
man. Yeah. Hey, I
choice.
had a. I'm not trying to be punch drunk. By the time I'm 40, so
Oh yeah, got to take care of the mind because I
yeah,
mean
for
you
sure.
only get one brain.
Yeah, for sure, man.
It's
It don't
sensitive.
last that long.
Had 4 fights between MMA and karate combat in 2024. Is that kind of a pace you're trying to keep in 2025? Get 3 or 4 in
Oh
this
yeah,
year, or
yeah.
just
I'm trying to stay active as much as possible. So technically, I'm 4-0 MMA and then 3-0 karate combat. So as a pro, 7-0. But yeah, I'm just trying to. I like staying active because when I go out there, I don't feel like I get a little nerves. You know what I mean? But I don't. I used to black out in my fights. I used to just go crazy, sit down, and be like, "Wow!" I just like that round's over with, and I wasn't really using my skill to my full potential because I was always in there trying to just knock people out. And now that I'm getting so many fights and staying active, I can stay calm. I can pick my shots. I can use more technique and still finish people.
and you had the boxing background, your taekwondo background. What are your thoughts on a dirty boxing, and is that
Man,
something that interests you?
yeah, man, hell yeah! I would definitely do a dirty boxing. I would, I would love dirty boxing. But like I said, hey, they gotta come correct. They gotta come correct with the pay, man. So I, I would definitely do a dirty boxing. It's funny because Bare Knuckle had reached out to me one time, and uh, I had like a little tryout or something just to do it, just for some exposure. And that had made the team. Talked to the president. He's like, "Yeah, I like you, man. Anyway, you would want to do it." And I'm like, "Hey, if the check is right, I'm down." But like the pay, like that they were trying to first start me off, it wasn't nothing where I'm like, "Yeah, I take the gloves off." Nah, it wasn't nothing like that. But if they came correct, I would be down, man. I'm a fighter, man. This is what I do. This is what I live for, and I would definitely be down for anything like that. I see myself though, honestly, getting to the UFC and being one of the biggest stars that they're gonna have at bantamweight or even at featherweight. I would fight at featherweight. Yeah, I don't care. But bantamweight, featherweight, hey, it don't matter. I guarantee you. We look back on this, and when I'm in the UFC, everybody will see, wow, like and it's not me being cocky, it's just me knowing what I'm worth and knowing I've been around, you know, some of the best people that I've even went into camp with. You know what I mean? Chad Mendez, Frankie Edgar, Josh Emmett. They're like, man, it's not like if you'll make it, it's just like a matter of time when when you'll make it. and it gives me more confidence. It gives me, that drive to know like I'm on that level, and it's just a matter of time for me to get there.
Yeah, that definitely has to do some good things for your confidence and everything, having all those guys that you
Oh,
mentioned.
man, it feels good, man. Like all the training and everything is just coming together. You know what I mean? And some people get there sooner than others, but I know my time will come, and when it comes, they're gonna know. They're gonna know I'm there.
And speaking on the UFC, would you prefer a short notice call up, a contender
Short
series?
notice. I'm always in shape. Yeah, short notice. I'll fight next week. I'll fight this week. I'm always in shape. This, like I said, this is my life. I've trained 2, 3 times a day. Um, this is it for me. No plan B, and I'm all in. So
And you mentioned your the weight classes. You're definitely staying at 135, but if the opportunity for 145 arose,
I would
you'd
fight.
not hesitate.
No, I'm not hesitating at all. If they give me a shot, 35, 45 in the UFC, I'm there. Like I said, it could be tomorrow, it could be this week, next week. I'm prepared at any time. Like I said, I do this. This is my life.
It's awesome to hear as a fan of somebody that watches the sport.
Yeah, yeah, man.
Talking to guys that are always just ready to go out there and put on a show for us fans.
hmm
It's definitely
And that's
appreciated
and
and
that's
not
my
lost.
type of style. My style is get in there, and we're gonna fight. They ain't no running. We in there to fight. Whether it's 15 minutes or whether it's 30 seconds to a minute and 2 rounds, 3 rounds, it don't matter. Hey, I'm always coming down. I've never had like a boring fight. If you look back all at my amateur fights, they know it's always exciting, man. Always.
Do you have like
Yeah.
a hobby or something that you kind of do that kind of gets you away from the game?
Yeah, so I actually cut hair. So I used to cut hair a lot to make my income, like make my money and stuff. But now I'm making, pretty decent money to be able to feel like comfortable, not rich, nothing like that. I'm decent where I'm at, but I still cut hair pretty much every Friday just to get my mind off of the fight game. Just go in, cut hair, relax, just get outside of fighting. You know what I mean? People still always they come just because my fights. They want to just talk to me about my fights. It's cool, but I like getting outside of fighting. It's just like when people, I say this all the time. It's like when people go to the military, they go in the Marines. They're in there for 20 years. If they're stationed somewhere in Iraq and they're fighting all their life, and by the time they come back, if they're not in like tune with the real world, they're not gonna be the same, So that's why I cut hair. I like to talk to people all the time. I'm always, I don't know, I'm a what do you call that, extrovert? Like I'm always talking. I'm always meeting new people. I like I like stuff like that. I can't be just straight in like a hole, like just all fight, all fight, all fight. I like to cut hair because it's like an art too. You make them look
Sure.
fresh again. So hey, they can get fades either way. They can get the fade through the fight game, and they can come get a real fade.
Yeah, and is that something that you would kind of give some advice to, like a say an 18 or 19-year-old kid coming up? Is you need to find something outside of fighting
Yeah,
to be
you
your best
definitely,
in the game.
yeah, you definitely got to, because you don't want to be on the street and you can't just talk to a person normal, just all thinking about fight, fight, fight. And I'm telling you, I've been there. I felt myself getting to that point where I was just always just fire, just ready to go. And you can see some fighters that are like that, man. It's like even in the UFC, you see a few of them where you're like, oh man, like this guy, like he don't do nothing else besides fight, and you can tell it gets to them. They can't just go out in the real world and and just be cool. You know, like there's certain stuff people so many times people, even around, oh, I would whoop you. I just start laughing, like, all right, there, you got it, man. You can have it. Like I'm deep down, what will like what will happen, But
Yeah.
I don't need that thrill to be like, oh, like what? I used to be like that when I was a kid, like, what, you can't beat me up. I used to get mad, ready to fight. But now I'm getting more older, more wiser, and I don't know, man. I just feel like you have to have something else besides fighting, whether it's playing the guitar, whether it's, you know, I spend a lot of time with my kids. I have 3 kids and they keep me busy. And everybody knows, like, that knows me. They know, like, I'm a great father. I take them, everywhere, to the park. I'll take them swim. Dude, we just got done work after I got done with my workout. We took them swimming, at the YMCA. So you just got to know how to balance it. If you don't know how to balance it, man, it can definitely get to you.
Oh, absolutely. Like you got to have the work-life balance, even though your job is different and it's a different
Yeah,
work than most. It's still a
yeah,
work-life balance.
exactly.
What's an album that you can listen to from start to finish without skipping any track?
Oh man, I listen to a lot of man. To be honest, I listen to pretty much all types of genres, like all types of music, besides like the crazy, like the metal stuff. I don't know why I can't listen to that. It's just something I don't know. Like country music, I can listen to country music all day. I can listen to rap all day, Latin music. But when it comes to that metal, man, I don't know. But for the album, what, I don't know. Maybe Lil Wayne. I like Lil Wayne, man. Lil Wayne, he's one of the best.
Yeah, I do enjoy me some Lil Wayne. I am a metalhead though.
Yeah,
I
no,
can't listen to country music though.
yeah, I
Oddly
can
enough,
listen to country music. I think it's just at first I was never able to listen to country music, but they had like a big story, like it's always a story or it's always like, I don't know. It's always something like that.
I always have to try and get people's opinion on music because everybody loves music, and that's kind of a universal language. I think is
Yeah.
appreciation of music. So I always
Yeah.
try to throw in a couple of those. Like I said, I'm a metalhead.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I'm one of
Man,
those
that's the
that
only thing I can listen to, but I don't know why. Maybe as I get older it'll change. I don't know. But
oh, it's an
right now it's
acquired
just something
taste.
I don't know.
My wife is not a huge fan of it. I have to dial it down a little bit of the heaviness when
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
riding in the car
yeah.
together.
Okay, okay.
And I don't know if you're a foodie or anything, but what's your like post-fight meal that you just absolutely something you were craving through the weight cut and it's over and you're celebrating?
Man, it's always like a pasta.
Ah,
A lot of
nice.
fighters probably say that, but it is, man. You want a carve up, like you want that chicken Alfredo, you want the bread, all that, man. So yeah, that's probably mine. I'm a big pasta head, man. I like it.
Do you have like a favorite restaurant back home that you like to go to get that, or you just doesn't matter? You're just what's good is
Man,
good.
no, yeah, it really was good, man. I also like pizza, man. Like Pizza King. I don't know if you guys got Pizza King where you're at, but we're known for having Pizza King over here, and Pizza King is just a different type of pizza, man. I'm telling you.
I'm gonna have to look. I'm gonna have to look
Yeah,
that
you
up.
gotta
But I
look it
know
up, bro.
hey,
Seriously. I'm serious. Hey, you gonna be like, Lorenzo, put me on Pizza King, man.
the last thing I kind of have for you, it's not really a question or anything, but do you got any loved ones, sponsors, teammates, anybody you want to give a quick shout out to?
Yeah, man. Give a shout out to my sponsor, Carl Berman Electric. He always, comes to my fights. He always make sure like I'm good. I'm good to go. Whether it's me having like trunks, blood work, all that stuff, man. He's always helping me out. And another guy named Abe. This guy, man, has went above and beyond to make sure I'm good too, like me and my family. So without them two sponsors, man, that I wouldn't be able to do it. And without my kids motivating me, my girlfriend, doing everything that she does. It definitely helps out, and eventually they won't have to do a thing. Trying to change the cycle for my family. The way I was raised, we got it how we got it. Nothing was given, nothing. We had to work hard for it, and hopefully I can change that cycle, man. So that's my biggest goal in life is to change the cycle for my family.
Awesome, man.
So
That's
yeah,
always great to hear, and that is some great motivation to get out there and change things for the
yeah,
next generation to make sure they have everything that you didn't have or
yeah,
wanted
man.
growing up.
That goes a long way, a long way. And I also want to thank my managers, man. My managers, Sammy, Anthony. Uh, they definitely are, vouching for me, and I'm gonna keep training hard to make sure I don't let them down, man. I'm here to make history. I'm here to change the whole game up.
And we're everybody here at Combat Sports Today's, rooting for you. We're waiting for that next fight announcement.
Yeah, man.
Love to see you back in there and do your thing. We're all excited and ready for that, man.
I
And good luck
appreciate
in
you.
the future. And we'll definitely have to chat up after your next fight.
Oh yeah, appreciate you, man. I definitely appreciate it.